Hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining in this today's session on Vedic astrology and palm reading. Today is an important discussion and announcement in astrology, which I wanted to do last week, but let's do it today. Saturn, the planet of karma, Saturn, the planet of our life path and discipline, is retrograde at the moment. So we'll discuss that how Saturn as in retrograde can impact your life. How can you see the Saturn in from your palm, and what are the impact of Saturn retrograde for every one of you. And I'm also going to discuss in astrology specifically. This is kind of a birth chart which have this is the the Vedic style of the chart, the horoscope. Some of you would have already taken an astrological consultation from me, and you might have this birth chart of yours. So all you have to do is open the chart, or you can just open any of your like birth chart, and let's analyze where Saturn is in your birth chart and what are the impact of Saturn retrograde, which is going to be there in the next couple of months. So Saturn is retrograde from June the 30th, which was last week, and it's going to be retrograde in the sign of Aquarius in Indian Vedic astrology, and it's retrograde till November the 15th. November the 15th, like 2 weeks right after Diwali. What are the impact? How it is going to impact? Let's watch this. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe it now. And guys, hit the like button. Let me know you guys are watching this video already, and my voice and my audio is all okay, and you can hear me and see me all good. Thank you so much. So, Saturn, let's understand what is retrograde. Every year there is some celestial events which happens. It's an optical illusion from the planet Earth. When the planets go retrograde, you can watch any of the video on Google, on YouTube, that how does the just Google like how does a retrograde looks like in the sky. Actually, the planets never go retrograde. They don't never go behind in the degrees. All the planets, they keep moving on and on. They rotate around the sun. They never go back. They always go ahead. But due to some illusion from Earth, we feel that they are coming back, and that's how the impression of the retrograde planets comes in a birth chart. In terms of the degrees, the planets go behind. Right now, today, Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius at 25 degree, but the degrees will get less. Like next month it will be 24 degree. The month of September, October, November, it is going to reach almost till 19th, 18th degree. So it's coming back. What how can it impact in overall life? So let's try to analyze first from your birth chart, and then we will also try to analyze, or maybe let's start with the palm, how exactly Saturn is in your life. So the region of Saturn, every planet has some indication, some energies in the palm. So what happens is, whenever we do any palm reading, we try to analyze each and every planet's energy. Are those planets weak or strong? And based on that weakness or strengths, we inform you that okay, this planet is weak, so everything related to this planet you have to be careful. This planet is strong, so you can utilize that strength in your life and move forward. Saturn, the region of Saturn is the middle finger right here, and the mount of Saturn, you might have seen some of my video already. The mount of Saturn is right here, and on the mount of Saturn, and this is important, guys. If Saturn is retrograde and if you have this sign, then you have to watch out. Then you have to be careful. If you have more of horizontal lines, more of horizontal lines on the mount of Saturn, right below your middle finger, right below your middle finger of your active hand, whichever hand is your active, you write with your right hand. So look at your right hand. If you write with your left hand, look at your left hand. So if you have these horizontal lines cutting like this, then you have to be careful during the retrograde time for the next from July, August, September, and the mid of October. So almost almost 4 to 4.5 months of time period is you have to be careful, specifically related to your discipline of your life. You have to be careful with your routine because there would be some changes in your day-to-day routine, and you might consciously not be aware of that. You might be eating something which you were not eating earlier. Diet could have been changed. You might be doing something at your workplace now which you were not doing earlier. So there could be some pros and cons specifically related to health, your career, your karma, because the line of career touches over here below the amount of below the middle finger over here. Like if you have like a fate line going like this, and that's a good sign. Like a lot of people, they have a very good fate line going upward direction to the amount of Saturn, but these horizontal line cutting in over here, the lines which are cutting the line of your karma, that's where the Saturn is retrograde. That's where, and sometimes we have done some research that when the planetary energy changes, it brings some changes in the palm lines too. And when the planets go from retrograde to direct, which is after November the 15th, it will bring certain changes. So 15th November, after that is December, Christmas, and then 2025. So you would see some changes in the amount of Saturn in next year if you have like more of horizontal lines right now. Comment below and let me know if you have horizontal lines like this, or if you have more of vertical lines. If you have vertical lines, very good. One vertical line, good. Two vertical line, very good. Three vertical line, fantastic. That's something special happening in the region of your karma, that your karma is not in one direction. You are multi-directional in karma. Yeah, you will focus in your career, you will have some extracurricular activities, plus you would also do something for the society or for the community or for humanity as well. So multiple. Comment below and let me know how many vertical lines you have or how many horizontal lines you have. If you have horizontal line, I can give you some remedies in the comment section later on, that what are the things which you can do to avoid any problems. All right, get back to our main topic of Saturn retrograde. Now this is how the birth chart looks like. This is like an empty birth chart. You might have a rising sign, you might have this sign. People who have already had a consultation with me, you might have this PDF which I have would have given you, right? So open that, and if you have not done any consultation, you can reach me, or you can try to open this Indian style of birth chart if you have, and I can help you to understand how the Saturn retrograde is going to help you guys. All right, so hit the like button, guys. Let me know you guys are already watching this video. This is the first house right here. The first box is the first house, and if in this natal chart, like in your birth chart, if is right here, Saturn is right here in your first house, then what happens is that Saturn in the very first house is very good. It makes you very independent in your day-to-day approach, and Saturn over here is also very good for like having good habits in life. Typically people are very disciplined, they are very confident. However, today in the sky, Saturn is retrograde, right? So if you have Saturn in your first house over there, then all these things can go a little slow, a slowdown of your discipline. That okay, you were disciplined earlier, that you were doing this, you were doing that, but right now you are not doing that a little bit. Summers are here, maybe a little bit of changes in the routine or changes in some self-confidence level could arise if Saturn in your birth chart is in the first house, and today the Saturn is retrograde, of course. So definitely this is the right time for you to focus on your self karma, like self care. Self karma is very important message for you as of today if Saturn is in your first house. Please guys comment below and let me know which house is Saturn in your birth chart. Accordingly, I can give more and more information and I can help you more with that. Saturn is also the planet of justice, karma, justice, hard work, discipline. Saturn believes in being very truthfulness. And Saturn in your first house is a good sign. It's a very good sign overall. But right now, for the next 3.5 months, is you have to be very focused. Your focus, the alignment of your focus is a little shifting. You have to bring it back, guys. You have to really work hard on yourself and bring it back. But in this, don't miss out on the work life balance. You might like overdo it, so you have to balance everything. That's what the house number one over his is the house of your life and your balance. Health will be also be a concern if your Saturn is in the first house. So right now you're not taking care of your good health. Please be conscious, right? Let's move on to the second house. I'm going to cover all the houses, so watch this video till the end and your turn will definitely come. Saturn would definitely be in any of these houses, right? It can't go beyond these houses. So, Saturn, this is the second house, the second box. The houses always goes in the anti-clock direction. I'm going to make some more videos on astrology and make life very simple for you to understand your own birth chart so that you don't have to, you don't need any, consultations or anything. You can just do it. Read your birth chart by yourself. It can be that easy too, if you understand it. So second house. So if Saturn is over here in the second house, the house of wealth, the house of family, the house of community, the house of fixed assets. So this is not the right time for you to invest in any fixed assets. If Saturn is in your second house in your birth chart, you might have to wait for 3.5 more months, and after that you can do investments. But at the same time, there is some kind of conflicts with the family to, like, you're trying to reach out to the family, or you're trying to reunite something, or you're trying to spend some more time with the family but struggling with that. Then that's the Saturn retrograde. Saturn's retrograde impact is slightly there on the second house. I can see some comments coming in from lots of our friends that Saturn in second house, 11th, and fourth house. So definitely will come to that point. So Saturn in second house, the message is please take care of your finances. Okay. Saturn in first house, please take care of your health. Please take care of your self confidence. Now Saturn in the third house. This is the house number three. Okay, this is the house number three, the third box. We are going in the anti-clock direction. And if Saturn is over here in the house number three, then there could be certain restrictions related to some traveling. There would be some delays happening in some traveling, which I see. And also, communication is getting very restricted because third house represents communication. Saturn in the third house could make you a little introvert initially, and then after some time, it can make you extrovert. But there could be some delays in traveling plans. You're trying to travel, you're trying to make some plans. You're like almost there to book the flight tickets, but at the 12th hour, there's something happening and you have to delay the travel plans. So Saturn is the message for that. Please take care of your communications. There could be some delays in signing agreement, contracts, job letters, job offers. If you're trying to give interviews and interviews are getting delayed month on month, maybe it can take almost around 2 to 3 more months for you to get the offer letter or interview call from your employer. So you have to be careful. If you're in a corporate job, if you're working in any organization, Saturn here in the third house can bring some impact um, between your communication with your colleagues at work. Okay, so you have to be careful with that too. Now let's check the house number four. This is the fourth house over here in astrology. And if Saturn is here in the fourth house, then you have to be very careful. If you're like studying something or doing some research, work can get delayed. Secondly, there could be some unexpected expenses at your home. Summers are here, the air condition can broke down, or there could be some extra expenses towards renovations at your home, and it could be very tedious at the moment. Like the labors might not be coming on time, or there would be some delays which I see, which is there. And equally, you have to be very careful with your vehicle also, because there could be certain problems with your vehicle. Your car can break down, or your vehicle can give you a little bit of more expenses. So please take care of that. Saturn in the fifth house over here, you have to be careful with regards to your love, romance, and relationship. If you're about to propose someone, or if you're about to start a relationship, please hold on for 3 months, because there could be a certain rejections at the moment for love, romance, and relationship, only if Saturn is in your fifth house. Okay, if Saturn is in your fifth house, so you have to be careful for that. Now, Saturn in the sixth house over here signifies very good. It gives good results in job. Saturn in sixth house is beautiful. However, there could be certain delays happening in like getting emails, or certain things which could slow down the process at workplace. But overall, on a larger scale, if Saturn is in your sixth house, it's good, very good, no problem at all. Sixth house, Saturn in the eighth house, okay, Saturn in the 10th house. These are like all good. If you have Saturn in the sixth, eighth, 10th, no problem. You're all good. You're covered. But Saturn in the seventh house, little conflict in relationship, in marriage. Saturn in the ninth house over here, a little slowdown of your long distance connections. And Saturn in the ninth house is also like knowledge, learning, education can be a little slow time at the moment. Saturn in the 11th house over here, if Saturn is in the 11th house, then uh, your hard work is insufficient. You're putting 50% hard work, that will not suffice it. You have to put more than 100%, more than like 100%, more than like 100 and 110, 120%, and then you will achieve good results if Saturn is in the 11th house. And lastly, Saturn in the house number 12 over here is an indication that you're getting lot of stress lines, lot of horizontal lines below the middle finger, and that is indicating that you are getting off the spiritual. And this is a time for you to get into more spiritual path, adopt the spiritual practices, keep your lucky crystals, do the right mantras, do the right karmas. That can bring some positive changes. And between the time when the Saturn is retrograde and till the Saturn is retrograde till November the 15th, we have certain events, certain festivals, or certain days will be very good for uh, every one of us to manifest things. So, for example, Shravan month, the month of Lord Shiva, is going to start very soon in this month. So that 1 month can bring in some manifestations. Navratri is also coming during this. I think Navratri is in October the first week. So that's again a way. October the first week is good time for manifesting new things. Ganesh Chaturthi is coming. Most of all the festive, like Diwali, like most of all the festivals are coming in during this time. So yeah, we have to really manifest things and move forward. And all right, so these were all wonderful information about the Saturn retrograde. I hope you guys have already hit the like button, and you can comment below. I'm going to read all the messages now and reply to every one of you. Okay, please. Thank you so much, and I really hope sending you like positive energies so that the Saturn During the Saturn retrograde, everything is all good and you do very well in your life. One important message for the day: planet Saturn is Saturn is the planet of karma. Believe in hard work. This is the right time for you to put in the extra effort, because this is 2024. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. 8 is the number of Saturn. This is the year of Saturn, and Saturn has got retrograde in its own year. So only hard work will pay off, and there's no shortcuts. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the very best and good luck. Take care.